You don't need an out-and-out circuit racing licence to partake of Regularity. Limited speed licence is fine, and that will allow you to run in things like motorcarnas and hill climbs, or Regularity events indeed, and it's a good way to get started into motor racing. You have a bit of a dip your toe in the water, and already we've got one car passing another down at the front of the grid, so they have made their start. Rosedale, Spender, Ryan and Avramek in pretty much that order. Sometimes rather rudely refer to this as the breakfast brand races, because the idea is to be regular. And Connor Ryan out there in the clubbing style car had a bit of a spin in the previous event, but he will be trying to keep it all on the black stuff this time around. Just watching Connor now, I think it is car 77. No, that's not Connor. Yes, it is Connor. There he is, beautiful little car, followed by the escort of there's Connor back on screen. Makes his way around onto the old back straight. Connor more accustomed to actually being involved in a racing event. He's elected to have a crack at the Regularity this time around for something different. Beautiful little escort there, the silver escort, making his way onto the back straight. .260C, the car 230. Avramek, sorry, passed by the old car 53. Ron Simmons, one of his favourite cars out there, I think. Ron always likes this car, watching it going around. More of a street rod style car. Certainly no slouch. And the 260Z coming in there, car 177. Gary Beckham in the 260Z. Following on closely behind car 53. 53 being Nick in the 1930 Ford Roadster. I don't think there's very much of the 1934 left in that car. Car 41, which is Louise Raper in the George Reed SoCal. Beautiful old car, and Louise powers that car on. Has a great time driving that car. Good to see her out there. Perfect day here for motorsport at Winton this afternoon. Car 104, Philip Spender in the Ford Mustang GT350. Now that's labelled a little bit differently to how Bob Morrow was talking about it earlier on. If you've got a GT350, it's not a Mustang. If it's a Mustang, it's a Mustang and not a GT350. So there's one out there that, according to the program, is a Ford Mustang GT350. Passes the Millthorpe Special. Car 92, Frank Robinson at the wheel of the Ford Millthorpe Special. And 104, Phil Spender down the back straight. About to come onto the start-finish straight. Beautiful old car. Powers it on, and away he goes on his lap around. So let's see. Actually, Spender is pretty close on the money with his, or he was on his time. My little timing list has changed. But at the moment, it looks like Doherty is the one who's doing the best out there, according to our on-screen list. Of course, we don't really know who's won a regularity event until the event is all over. Car 177, the beautiful 260Z again of Gary Beckham. Still trundling around behind the old Ford Roadster there. I think Ron Simmons is going to come back on air and just provide a little bit of extra to the commentary here. Welcome back, Ron.
Thanks, Phil. The car you're looking at, car 8, there is the Simpson Special. And that's Ray Lewis driving that car. Now, Ray found this car up in New South Wales a while ago. Taken a little while to get it back into the condition you see it there today, and he's really got it nicely set up. Ray, of course, is very well known as a very good trombone player. He runs a little jazz band, and they go around to some of the clubs and pubs and car club events and so on. But just loves his motorsport. He's had a variance of other cars over the years. I think he might have started in motorbikes and things years ago, but a good competitor now. He's got a nice little car to run. Doesn't cost him that much. He did spend a bit of money, obviously, on getting the engine going and the rest of it going, but seems to have settled into a nice little reliable little motor car, running the old grey model Holden engine.
Certainly had no trouble getting past the Alpha on the back straight there. So
yes, it's got some mumbo. It gets along very well with Bill Hemming coming along there also in the Alfred Mallala. This car number 63 we've got coming through here.
Beautiful little car as he does the left hand and then the right hand onto the old start-finish straight. Does Bill.
Bill's a purveyor of all things Alfred, of course. He has the Alfred Heritage set up down there, sort of Moorabbin Way, I think it is. And you can go down there and have a look at all sorts of Elfins and maybe buy one or two if you want. He's always got something for sale. I know he's got a trailer for sale this weekend. But no, he's a real character of the motorsport.
I must take some time to pop down there and have a bit of a look at the array of vehicles that he has, Ron. I might pop in and see you borrow some of your crypto coins and go down and buy one or two.
Right, yes. I know one, because another car we were describing before, full import cars, is a Datsun, I think it got with the Triple S or SS. They have variants of those sort of cars.
They did indeed.
But they were made a little bit sportier than the standard one that you bought. But just off the showroom floor, they weren't a bad little motor car.
That's right.
Nice to drive, and like I say, a two-door version, to my knowledge anyway, not sold here in Australia.
I think you're right.
Yeah, Triple S, it's called a Triple S. Because they went on later on, didn't they, with a Triple S, a newer sort of shape and things like that. So you could buy a Triple S in a four-door,
correct,
road-going car. Not sure that it had that much more performance. I think it was more of a tricked up car with a bit of trim and a bit of body things. The car 74 is an interesting car. That's an Oscar body, and 74 things. Okay, so 74 is Australian built car. The Oscar body was similar to the Maserati car of the time. But
that's right, yes.
And Paul England, the late Paul England, built up the Repco Holden version of this type of car. And a few people took copies of the body,
okay.
And so it was quite a few of them around. We've got the checkered flag now, and McKee went over the line there first, but we have to look at, of course, the actual times that they finish up with, because for instance, McKee did a 2:04, but he did nominate a 2:02. Next car was Connor Ryan with a 1:51. He nominated a 1:50, so that's getting pretty close.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait until the last car, of course, goes over the line before we actually
get to be able to tell which is which.
Get the actual winner of the event. And from time to time, it's actually been the very last car that goes over the line.
Yeah, that's why I was saying before, you can't really call the winner of this until it's the last car has crossed the finish.
We can't preempt it until the last one goes through. But
that's right.
He, of course, was the guy in that Alfa Romeo 147. Ryan in his little Clubman car.
Yep.
And then Spender, which was car 54, is in that's a Bluebird that we're speaking about, the brown coloured one.
The brown coloured one, yeah. Yeah.
So we'll just wait. There's still got a few cars out there going round.
And it's not as easy as it might look to nominate a time and then try and drive to that time. It's quite a difficult thing. The red mist has easily come down. You feel a little bit more freer and a little bit more comfortable out on track, and I'll just go a little bit harder. And
I've run it a few myself, and when I had the Cooper S's.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover,
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
We all agree now is the right time to start making choices to support Aussie businesses, supporting Aussie families and communities. Well, from their humble beginnings in Melbourne nearly 100 years ago, Penrite now sit as a truly respected global lubricants brand across automotive and industry. And the best bit, it's still 100% owned by an Aussie family that employs Australians in Australian factories right here on Aussie
Nice car,
dirt.
those Capris.